Yeah.
Crazy. But yeah, you want to talk about the Freddie Gibbs?
Oh yeah, dog. We got to talk about this Freddie Gibbs album, man. Listen, Freddie Gibbs dropped the album on Halloween. Halloween was a busy day in hip hop.
Yeah.
Thug got home. West Side Gun dropped a new album. I haven't heard that one yet.
Hold on. I'm sorry. This nigga said, "Why is the J silent to white people?" D. John. Okay. All right.
To white people?
Why
Ain't no white people.
I was like, what?
I'm a black man.
Yeah. He thought your voice was white.
I am a black man, Dion. Dijon.
He said the J is silent.
Man, turn that camera towards me.
Turn him.
This is what he looks like, Dijon.
Oh shit. I'm a black man.
I'm a black man.
The J is always silent.
Hey, holding the hand in the air was hilarious.
I'm a black man.
But yeah. So Halloween was a busy one for hip hop. We got a Freddie Gibbs album, West Side Gun. I haven't heard of West Side Gun yet, but I had to play that Freddie Gibbs because Freddie Gibbs been pretty quiet this year, which is kind of unusual for Freddie. And he also had a lot going on in like the last 2 years. So I was kind of curious to see like how he bounced back from that. And the best way Freddie Gibbs can always bounce back from shit is just rapping really well. Rapping extremely well. And this album is really dope, man, because it's kind of like a continuation of all these rappers coming out and being vulnerable and more introspective in their music and more reflective.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a tone and a theme in this Freddie Gibbs album. So it's tight because it's a sequel in two ways. The album is called You Only Die Once. And it's kind of a continuation of an album he did in 2018 called You Only Live Twice, which was the first album he put out once he beat his Austria case. So that was kind of like him hinting that this is my second chance of life. You only live twice. And then throughout that album, he had Black Jesus from Adult Swim voice over as Jesus on the album. So like throughout the album, you'd hear skits and sound bites from Slick Johnson, I believe is his name. And he would just be like, hey, man, Jesus here, dog. Making sure you're doing good, Freddie. Proud of you. And so this album is called You Only Die Once. And the guy that played Black Jesus on the show and Jesus on that album came back on this album, but this time he's playing the devil.
Okay.
And so Freddie Gibbs' last album, if you remember, was called Sold Separately. And so that's kind of continuing that album, but also playing off You Only Live Twice. And so this whole album, man, it's kind of like the devil trying to steer Freddie back on the wrong path. Because for the first time in Freddie's career, you hear him be vulnerable in a way we haven't heard him be vulnerable in terms of like reflecting on his actions, his lifestyle, and what that has brought him up to this point with all the trials and tribulations. And so throughout the album, you hear the devil like, hey, man, like, come on, man, come over here, man. You don't even want to snort this coke. I got this coke for you. You want to sell this shit. You should enjoy it. You got bad bitches over here. Why do you need to know how to read? Fuck reading. We got bitches. Like, don't read that contract.
I feel that.
And so it's like the devil is just trying to give him temptations to come back to his side and fall back into that trap that he was in like the last few years, I guess, how he was living.
Yeah.
Because how he explains it, it's kind of like that drug dealer that's having that reflective moments like, damn, man, shit really got fucked up for me. But fuck it, we're going to bounce back, though. We're going to come back twice as strong, twice as harder.
And what's the production like?
The production's more low key. It's like there's not really any big name producers on there, respectfully.
Is it more leaning more like
darkish ambiance?
Dark, boom bap, trap?
More like trap, but not in like a typical trap way.
Yeah.
It's still really dope. And Freddie Gibbs.
And I'm seeing no features on this shit?
No features.
No features.
No features. 13 songs, no features.
That's huge.
And
not a lot of niggas could do that.
And Freddie's one of the few that can. Like, Freddie is rapping so crazy on this album, dog. It is insane how well he can rap. The pockets he catches, the flows he hits. Yeah. It's so effortless for him. I haven't heard too many rappers that can rap to the extent of Freddie Gibbs and make it sound so easy.
Facts.
It's almost like he's just in a layup line sometimes. But it's still such a complex flow that it's not easy.
Facts. This thing, he's been around for so long though, bro. And when you think about his career, like he's the early days. I think he had a resurgence too around the whole Pinata.
Yeah, because Pinata, that was such a game changer album for him, because prior to that, he wasn't working with producers like Madlib. He's mostly just doing like soulful and trap shit.
Yeah.
So Pinata was like the first time he really stepped outside his typical box sound wise, and did some left field shit. And that's when he really started to separate himself from the crowd.
I agree, man.
And that's cool. And it's cool that he did this album, because he usually does like a little one-off album before he does something like a Pinata or a Bandana. You know,
the Alfredo was fire too.
Alfredo was amazing.
Yeah, that was an amazing album.
And so, man, this Freddie Gibbs album, man, it's I don't know too many people that are rapping to this caliber right now, at this level, and for this long. Like Freddie Gibbs has been, like you said, been doing this for like 10 plus years now. I remember finding Freddie Gibbs in 2010 and following him up into his career to this point and seeing how much better he's gotten and how bigger his profile gets with each album. It's just great to see, man, because he definitely deserves this shine, because it's one of the few lyricists in the game that does get that recognition for being a high quality lyricist,
high quality rapper, man.
Yeah, and it's never slipped. Like Freddie Gibbs has never had like a slip up. I don't think there's one bad album in his discography.
Nah, bro, I agree. I don't either. And even the shit he was doing way back in the day, was fire.
Yeah,
he just evolved and got better and better as the years went on. I'm excited to see where he goes next. I would love to see another, I don't know, maybe another Madlib project.
I think that's the goal. The next album is gonna be Montana. And so I think, because he usually does a one-off album in between those projects. So I think this is that one-off album to kind of get back in front of people, show people he's still rapping at a super high level.
Yeah.
And then warming it up for the final Madlib album, because they're only gonna do 3.
Only.
Yeah, it's like a trilogy.